Hey, what's up? It's a Figure Hunter, and this is the second of two videos I'm dropping at the same time because, like I said in the other one, I've just got the 955 and the 255 Forerunner series and the Garmin family of watches, and I am beyond fired up to start testing. I'm going to do an initial review of each of them, probably together, and just share the initial heart rate graph as well as long-term review after I get done testing all the ins and outs of these new watches, but I'm super fired up about them. And so I wanted to take this opportunity to do an update video or a revise or a new video on how I would personally design and set up a CrossFit sport profile. So obviously everything on this channel, the Figure Hunter, is focused on testing and tracking devices for the purpose of CrossFit and high intensity interval training versus all the running, swimming, and biking videos that are out there. So I wanted to show everybody an updated 2022 version of how you might create a CrossFit dedicated sport profile in your new Garmin watch. So if you like this, please give it a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing for more. And with that, let's dive into how you do it. All right, so here it is, the updated version for how to build a CrossFit tracking sports profile. So you go into your sports training and you keep scrolling down until you get the plus button and you hit add. And instead of going down or anything, you're just going to go up to copy an activity. It's going to say, okay, which one of your already established favorites or otherwise are you going to copy? I'm going to copy cardio. Oh, look at that. You can enter it through the phone now. Daggum. Well, I'm going to show you the old-fashioned way. So you just delete it from being called, and then you go through the trouble of spelling the word CrossFit. It actually doesn't take too long, and then I like it to look bigger. I like to be accurate, so CrossFit. Okay, you scroll back down, you click the check mark, and now we got our name. So then I want to do data screens. So, you know, I don't want any of these data screens, but this is the overall layout. It comes with a basic, like you got a basic info timer, you got a basic heart rate gauge, you got a basic time, and then you can add a new one. So I will go ahead and convert this first one, and I'm going to change the layout first, and we'll see how far I can go. So now we know you can do 6 data fields on the new 955 because it's got 1.3 inches. So we're going to go with that. And we're just going to do a lot of information on the data fields. So on the first one, the very top, I always set that as what would be considered the heart rate fields and heart rate gauge. It's colorful, it looks nice, so we got that. So on these next fields, I tend to put the top 2 to be physiological metrics. And that would be considered one of these. It might take me a second to figure out where, because there's so many that it's hard to find. So other fields, we're now looking for really good specific aspects. Load, respiration rate. So this would be like your load. Well, let's just do load since we have so many data fields. How much load you've built in this particular workout. And then this one, graphical, other. Okay, that's not there. Okay, so we're not in other workout fields. Nope, not in workout fields. Navigation. Oh, let's say heart rate. That's where it is, under heart rate fields. So you got the generic stuff for heart rate, but then average heart rate zone, whatever, aerobic training effect, anaerobic training effect. So you can see the 2 there, but below those is a training effect gauge. And the training effect gauge should include both. Yep, there it is. So what you're amassing in aerobic training effect and anaerobic training effect. So you can see how much impact you're having on your body physiologically throughout the workout. And then the last ones I leave somewhat like this, where I have a lap counter. Remember, if you push the bottom right button, it counts as a logging your rounds or logging your laps, and you can use that as a round counter. And in this field, I go to the timer fields, but I want to see the last lap time. And in the bottom field, I'm going to go to timer fields and do the current lap time. So at any point, you know, within this, like, you know, if you're doing a 5 rounds for time, you click off once you completed a round, you know how many rounds you've done, and then you know your last round time. If you want to keep the pacing, you just try to keep to see if you can maintain current lap time the same as last lap time. So we did the data field, so we click back and we got this set, and then we scroll down, and I typically do a big lap counter. So custom data, we're going to do it something that still looks decent. All right, let's go with that. So field 1, you're going to automatically ask to choose, and you're going to go heart rate gauge, because I just like that. See how, you can kind of be aware of your lactic threshold. Now, for whatever reason, other fields is where you actually have your lap counter. So the number of laps, and then you scrolling down, timer field, this is last lap time, and then this one is timer field, current lap time. So change the location, so I'm not gonna have it on the bottom, I'm gonna put it before the heart rate gauge, and I'm gonna hit enter, and then there it is. So I always see my heart rate, and I can see in much bigger, bolder letters, my current lap time and my last lap time. You can make this, a 3 data screen page, but that's, I feel like this is what I would want to have. Maybe in this one, instead of the load, we'd want to have like the total time. You can always edit one of those things. So like go back to the edit field, go back to load. Like maybe I don't care about the, that detail, but I just want a timer. Like I want to know how long class has got till it's over or whatever, CrossFit. So there we have that. So we've gotten everything with that set. And then we go back one more time, and this is where you have to be the most careful, because you always want to click this done when you're done. You do not ever go back out of this, or it erases everything you've ever done. So laps, we're going to see if that's got, okay, so lap key is on. You want to make sure that's on. On the Instinct 2, it did not come automatically on, which means you push this bottom button and it did not log a lap for you. Okay, so that's on, and then we're not pushing the back button again. We're being very careful because we don't want to lose all this stuff. So it's got a bunch of stuff. So, the reason I like copying the cardio is that the GPS is off. You can turn touch on. I just don't. I just think I can push a button. That's great, and I can control it. So you click done, and you set it as favorite, and I scroll it to the top, and now you've got your own dedicated CrossFit profile. When you click into it, it's got all the screens. You got your big pretty screen with the timer, anaerobic and aerobic training effect during the workout, so you can see how you're amassing laps. Next screen over, you got just a pure lap counter. This is the exact screen I used for Murph, just to count off the 20 rounds. Heart rate gauge, this is just sometimes good you could actually, if you're connected to a chest strap, you do not have to wear your watch. You just keep your chest strap on, you throw it off to the side, and you can see from a greater distance what your heart rate stands at, so that if you're trying to push a pace to like hold yourself in zone 5, just to know that you're exerting every bit of energy, you could see this at a distance, and you don't actually have to wear your watch if you have a chest strap connected. So there it is. There's my CrossFit, how to create a CrossFit profile. Let me know if you have any questions. And there it is, just as simple as that. A few basic setups, you can tweak a bunch of different data. These new watches are fantastic because they have 6 full data fields, so you can see a bunch of different information can go on different parts of the screen. You can set up multiple data pages. You can have different focus areas if you want to be able to track your rounds and track your time per round and your last lap and your averages. So with that, let me know what you think. Let me know if this is helpful for you in the comments below. And with that, thanks for watching. It's the Fit Gear Hunter.